You never asked why they had not conceived and born a child? You just said, okay, 5th year, we don't have a grandchild, soon you want our money back.
Justice with Judge Mablean.
This is a matter of Jason Martin versus Devin Martin. I understand that you are suing Mr. Martin. You are suing your son?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. I'm suing him for
$25,000?
$25,000 money I gave for his wedding and for his education because he didn't abide by an agreement to give me a biological grandson.
Do what?
Give me a biological grandson.
You're suing your son because he didn't abide by an agreement to give you a
biological grandson.
A biological grandson?
Yes.
Whoa, this is deep. So how did he fail to keep his promise?
His wife, he claimed that he wants to adopt. And I don't feel that abided by the agreement. And
okay, how did you come to this agreement? Tell me about it.
We made an agreement with him, and I have evidence of the agreement in text messages.
Do you dispute that you made an agreement?
We had a discussion.
Okay. So the answer is you dispute. It wasn't an agreement. So my question is, how did you even come to such discussion about arriving at this type of an agreement?
We paid for, he wanted to be a pilot. Okay. And that was expensive, so we paid for pilot school.
Is that the same as going to college? You paid for a college education?
Well, he decided to go to pilot school, and he wanted to give his wife a lavish wedding. Right. And we realized he couldn't do that until he got far enough along in his career. But when it came time for the wedding, we also paid $10,000 toward his wedding.
And you paid for the cost of pilot school, which was the other $15,000?
$15,000 for the pilot school and $10,000 for the wedding. We had a discussion about it, and he agreed.
Coming up.
Did you explain this to your father and mother?
I did. We sent a text message. We were really excited about it, but when we told them, basically threatened to disown me.
Courtroom is getting hotter.
And next thing you know, this little bougie Trump has the audacity to tell me to chill.
Time for passion. Time for excellence. Time for justice for all with Judge Christina Perez. Coming up next. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Jason Martin, who is suing his son, Devin Martin, for breach of contract.
Let me hear what Devin has to say.
Well, my parents have always supported me no matter what. They did pay for me to go to pilot school. They did pay for our wedding. But what my parents don't know is that we did try for a baby. And about the 4-year mark, my wife had a miscarriage. And it took a toll on us pretty emotionally and physically as well, right. Especially my wife.
Judge, I didn't...
No. Let him talk now.
Shortly after that, we found out that she suffers from PCOS, which makes it very difficult for her to conceive.
Now, you're using a lot of language, PCOS. You would explain that to people so they know what you're talking about?
Yeah, it stands for polycystic ovary syndrome.
So you've decided to adopt?
That's right.
Did you explain this to your father and mother?
I did. We sent a text message. We were really excited about it, but when we told them, they basically threatened to disown me as a child, a son, because it was not a biological child which they requested.
Judge, just to be clear, he never told us. He never told us.
He never told you about his wife's medical problem?
He told us about the medical problem, but he never told us that she had a miscarriage.
You never asked why they had not conceived and born a child? You just said, okay, 5th year, we don't have a grandchild, soon you want our money back. You never had a conversation with him about it?
Well, we had a conversation, and he told us about her medical condition. Okay. But he never told us she had a miscarriage.
But even if he did have a miscarriage, the medical condition wasn't enough for you?
The agreement was that we would help him go to pilot school if he produced a biological grandchild. That was the agreement.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
You agreed to that?
Not in contract.
What did you say? What was your response to that?
I want to have children. Right. My wife both and I really want to have kids, but we're not willing to risk the baby's life or my wife's life for it. That's just ridiculous.
I don't even know why I'm entertaining this any longer. It was beyond his control to do whatever he said that he was willing to do. And those kinds of contracts are unenforceable. And now he's told you she cannot keep the contract. And your contract was with him. He can't have the baby by himself. You didn't even include her in the contract.
No, I didn't.
Isn't that interesting?
I did mention surrogacy as a possibility.
No, but you didn't include her in the contract when you were paying for the wedding that she had to produce a baby.
No, I didn't.
Right. So your contract is null and void, totally unenforceable. Judgment for the defendant.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I'm very, very sorry. I didn't realize your wife had a miscarriage, and I wish you'd told us, because we could have helped you out. I'm very sorry about that.